Right now on Up with KREM, a 5,000-acre fire in Fort Washington has destroyed several buildings in the area. Nicole Hernandez joins us live from the area this morning.
Yeah, that's right. You can see the smoke in the air, and early this morning you could see the glow of the fire coming up over that hillside there.
And you saw the clouds in the sky. Those clouds are bringing us some light scattered showers early on this morning. We're talking better chances of rain that arrive later on today.
And it's almost time to head back to school, but so many schools in our area are in need now more than ever. Tim Pham joins us live this morning to talk about how you at home can help out.
The countdown is on. Back to school just a few weeks away, but we need to prepare now, like Channing said, how you can help make the difference in the lives of students in our area coming up.
Up with KREM begins now.
Oh my God. Are you Brandy? Oh, you found him. Oh my God. Sean. I have his Who found him? Oh, Sean. Oh my God, my baby.
Now this morning we're starting the show on a very heartwarming note. A family has been reunited with their dog that they lost at the Browns Addition apartment fire yesterday. I actually spoke with Brandy and her family when their search began, and we're so happy to find out that they found their dog, Sean Onions. Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis. Now, the investigation into the fire that started at the Tiffany Manor apartments continues. Spokane Police Major Crimes Unit is now investigating it as a homicide. They say this is because of the circumstances around the fire. Now, yesterday I was at this fire all morning long and spoke with so many of the people who lived at Tiffany Manor, and they told me that no fire alarms went off. Thankfully, Good Samaritans stepped in to help. A man and a woman walking by saw the growing flames and started pounding on windows to wake everyone up. The families from the building are now calling them heroes.
I don't know if I'm a hero. It's just automatic. Like, I mean, it made me cry, like, when people told me that. But that's not what I did it for. I did it because that's the right thing. That's what people are supposed to do. We need more of that in the world.
Now, since the fire, the Red Cross has helped the families that have been displaced. So if you or someone you know is in need of assistance, you can call the Red Cross at 1-800-RED-CROSS and they can help you out. Now this morning we do have Up with KREM team coverage. Our Tim Pham is visiting Starbucks locations this morning. Today, picking up a cup of coffee before work will help students in our region. We'll check back in with Tim here in just a few moments. Our Jeremy Legou is checking in on the weather and has some good news for all of us who were kind of dreading more of the heat. And Nicole Hernandez is live outside the Corkscrew Fire near Ford, where level 3 evacuations are in place right now. Good morning, Nicole. What's the latest?
Yeah, good morning, Channing. So right now I am at the Clayton Fairgrounds, where behind me we could earlier see some of that fire over the hillside here. But if we move this way, we can actually see what we're here for. We have a bunch of animals out here right now. We've got a bunch of bunnies, we've got a bunch of baby chicks, we've got cats, we've got dogs, we have cows, pigs, goats, sheep, horses, all the animals you can think of here, all of course escaping this fire at this point. So the Clayton Fairgrounds is taking in animals from people that are having to evacuate their areas. And of course, this is because of this fire that is really burning a lot of that brush and grasses, which is causing it to move quickly and cause evacuation. So take a look at this map here. You can see the red area west of Ford and north of Tum Tum is under level 3 evacuations. That means get out now. Level 2 evacuations are in place for the area south of Clayton, and southeast of Springdale is under level 1 evacuations. The fire has grown so quickly that the fire officials now say that it's twice the size of Cheney. Many residents watched as the flames raced towards their home yesterday without a moment's notice to leave, and one couple says they watched as the flames nearly reached their home.
Well, it was pretty wild. We got lucky. I mean, really. It was like a matter of perfect timing. We almost lost the house, the shop, the whole neighborhood.
So crews with the Department of Lands and Spokane Tribe of Indians are working on the fire right now. Last time they reported it to be 7,500 acres and 0% contained. So right now, like we mentioned, the Clayton Fairgrounds here is taking in animals for people that need to evacuate. The Springdale Rodeo is also taking in animals as well. And if you're a person who doesn't have a place to stay right now because you have to be evacuated, you can head over to Deer Park High School. That's where the Red Cross is setting up their shelter. Live in Stevens County, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Thank you, Nicole. In the meantime, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is asking people boating on Long Lake to avoid the area between Tum Tum and the Long Lake Dam. Crews helping fight the Ford Corkscrew fire are retrieving water from that area and are having a problem due to boats being in their way. So authorities are asking for you to avoid the area for the rest of today as well as tomorrow. We're following dozens of fires around eastern Washington and North Idaho this morning. So for the very latest, you can text the word fire to 509-448-2000. We'll send any updates directly to your phone. All right, our Jeremy Legoo has a look at the forecast. Jeremy, things are a little bit cooler and there might even be a little rain outside in our area.
Oh my gosh, it feels lovely. Now, one of our producers a little bit earlier said it smells a bit like a wet dog that's been hanging out near a campfire outside. And he's kind of right. But the good news is our air quality is actually improving, especially from where we were yesterday. Right now we sit in moderate in the low end of moderate. A 52 on the AQI means it is healthy to breathe some of this air despite that smell that's reminiscent of a wet dog that's been hanging out by a campfire. Temperatures this morning, though, trending a bit cooler. We're in the 60s and even dropping into the 50s in Sandpoint, 59 there with plenty of sunshine. And as we move through the day, expect a little bit of gusty wind. Wind will gust to near 20 miles per hour here in Spokane. Elsewhere around the state, wind will gust to 30, 35, and even close to 40 miles per hour. For that reason, we have a wind advisory in place up near Omak and the Okanagan valleys. And there's that front moving through that's putting down a little bit of moisture, a lot of that very light in nature, some of the higher elevations squeezing out a bit more. And that's off to the north, but off to the north is where we are expecting to see more moisture later on this afternoon. So notice we get another round of showers kind of developing behind this initial one. And those are much more widespread as that upper level low moves through the region. And that will be what brings us that chance of showers or scattered showers and more isolated thunderstorms this afternoon. Some of us will hear those rumbles of thunder, maybe even see a little bit of lightning. And if you're under one of those thunder cells, you might pick up a bit more moisture. You might pick up close to 1/4 of an inch by the time it all comes to an end. And temperatures remain cool because of it. How about this one for you? We top out near 70 degrees later on today. That's right, a high temperature cooler than our average temperature has been. That's averaging out the low and the high, or even cooler than some of our overnight lows have been recently. Enjoy the cool down.
It's 7:07, time for your morning rush. Stories to start off your morning. First up, starting tomorrow, masks will be required inside all Spokane City buildings, regardless of your vaccination status. Mayor Nadine Woodward made the announcement this week. The new rule applies to employees as well as visitors inside facilities, including City Hall, the Corbin Arts Center, and indoor Riverfront Park buildings. And the National Park Service also announcing that masks will be required inside national park buildings. They're also asking visitors to wear them in crowded outdoor spaces, regardless of your vaccination status. That includes narrow or busy trails and overlooks. The body of a hiker who went missing in the North Cascades nearly 2 years ago was found over the weekend by a private search and rescue group. Rachel Lacaduck went missing in October of 2019 after telling her family she planned to hike the Hidden Lake Trail to a lookout cabin and spend the night. During the initial search for Lacaduck, her vehicle was found at the trailhead. She was just 28. Pig Out in the Park is officially canceled for the second year in a row. The popular event was canceled due to the recent rise in COVID cases in the area. Organizers say they've had many challenges when it comes to protecting people against COVID-19, and the event is now rescheduled for August 31st of 2022. That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM. A volunteer group is helping people find third dose appointments, the same way it helps people get their initial COVID-19 vaccines.
A lot of questions about where do I find a booster? Am I eligible for a booster? And the answer to that is, first and foremost, if you're immunocompromised.
Now how the group that they hope would disappear is back in action, helping people get vaccinated. And the Spokane City Council is taking steps towards a decision about putting fluoride in city water. This morning, the latest about the contract that could cost the city thousands.